good show on tap for you. My guest is makeup artist Mark James. Now, Mark is a very, very good friend of mine, known him far too long. Incredibly talented makeup artist and creature creator. Flew in all the way from Los Angeles to see us, so do me a favor. Put your hands together. Help me welcome you, Mr. Mark James!
I'm gonna die right here. And a nice clean death. Not an animal. Oh, these pants are tight. Wow. Hi.
Hey.
I'm sorry I'm late. I was running to get here, and there was a kid out there. It was one of them Harry Potter kids. I bumped into him. He was wearing one of them robes, and he had a butterbeer, and I knocked it out of his hand by mistake, and it was a frozen one. It made it a very satisfying plop.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, dude, so sorry. Let me buy another one. He went, and he stabbed me with his wand. It's a real wand. I went like this in front of a window and spells went off. I got a free wand and didn't have to spend $250 in additional merchandise, so take that, Universal. I'm gonna die. Thanks a lot, everybody. Okay.
Are you dead now?
Yeah, I'm dead now.
All right, Mark James, everybody!
I just need a John Malkovich entrance.
Excellent, I loved it.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Mark, like Alex said, I'm a creature creator, a makeup effects artist. It's my job to gross you out, freak you out, and scare the poo-poo out of you.
People may not realize this, but Universal really did invent the horror film.
Truly, yeah. I brought along some clips, Universal's Legacy of Horror.
Now, I've seen this stuff, and it's pretty intense. So, if you're easily grossed out or freaked out, please close your eyes.
But let your kids watch.
Exactly.
Techniques that we used to bring some of those clips to life. I got some surprises. We got a lot of fun. But let's get started. I brought you something.
Oh, yeah.
I brought you a little PPE. You're down with PPE.
Well, you know me.
There's some naughty by nature. Right. This show got a little sexier. There's a face shield and a lab coat for it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, wait, I got it. Yes, there's. Yeah. All right. Hey, can we do some lab coat choreography?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I was born to do choreography.
All right, on three. 1, 2, 3.
Woo, yeah!
Now, grapevine!
We rehearsed that for 6 hours yesterday.
Yes, we did!
All right, now find me someone from the audience whose family doesn't want anymore.
We need a volunteer.
Good.
All right, we need a volunteer. We need a volunteer. That's unfair pointing. Volunteer. If you have your hand in the air, you're probably nuts. Not going to pick you. Volunteer needs somebody who's not paying attention. Needs somebody who's not making eye contact. That gentleman right there on the end. Oh my gosh, give it up for him. Oh, wow. Woo! That'll get you picked every time. All right, come on up here. Here's the 2021 hello. And there we go. Come on over here on top of the trapdoor. What's your name?
It's Bob.
Bob. It is Bob, all right. That's Mark.
Hey, Bob, nice to meet you. Bob, where are you from?
California.
You're from California? Ooh, okay. Where do you live in California?
Burbank.
Burbank, excellent. We'll talk later. All right. Bob, who are you with?
Nobody.
You're by yourself? Excellent, come on over here. Pick out whatever you like. I want to build you a friend, okay? There's some stuff in here.
Okay. Oh. Bob. Is that the only one you touched?
Yeah.
Okay, write that down.
That's all right. Let me get up to you here. Have some more, okay? You can have some too. You want any of this?
Yeah.
This is bad tequila.
Yeah.
You smell it, Bob. It reminds you of every Chili's restaurant you've ever eaten at. All right, Bob, you're my assistant for this guy here, okay? Alex, roll your left sleeve, okay?
Left sleeve.
All right, everybody, I'm sure while you're watching a horror film, at some point you might ask yourselves, where did they get all those severed limbs? Let me show you. Come here.
No.
Look at that, all right.
I text with both.
Come on, it'll be fun. You'll like this.
Do it, and you have to find somebody else.
Bob! Bob, I'm not going to use this. This is too big, okay? I'm going to use this. Bob, I'm going to cut your arm off, okay?
Sure.
That's consent.
It is.
So let me warn you, this is going to hurt. I need you to scream for me, so I really want you to sell this like you're in a horror film, all right? Let's practice it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bob.
Wow, Bob. I'm impressed. All right. All right. Well, I don't want to ruin that moment. So here we go. Let's go ahead and put your arm up behind. Yeah, right over the pan there. Yep. All right, now hold it up to your left. All right, on 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, what's wrong?
There are kids in the audience.
You want me to cut a kid?
No. I want you to talk to the kids.
You want me to? Me?
Yes.
Me talk? I gotta talk to kids, bro. Kids, don't drink beer for breakfast. Just because your mommy does not make it right. She's tired. She's been homeschooling you. Mommy needs whiskey before world history.
Okay, stop. Stop encouraging him. A safety tip.
Oh, the blades, right. The blades are all dull, or they're made out of plastic or rubber, or they're dull and plastic like the Kardashians. I want to emphasize that people set up these guys are professionals. They've had training, so do not try this at home. Okay.
All right, then. Cool.
All right,
Thumbs
Bob.
up on, is there a possible? Oh, there
Yeah, we got it. Yeah. Bob, put your arm out. Everybody scream along with Bob. Here we go. On 3. 1, 2, 3, scream! Oh, boy. That's in his arm.
Yes, it is.
That's in his arm.
Is that supposed to happen?
Oh, no, that's not supposed to happen. No.
What do we do?
I don't know. That's freaking me out.
You don't know.
Oh, boy. Oh, I don't know. Do something. Do something.
All right, here.
Oh.
Now it's a clean cut.
Does that hurt?
No, it's awesome.
Oh. Ta-da! Bob, everybody! Boy, great job, there.
Bob, you can put yourself up. Thanks.
Let me show you how this is done. This is one of my favorite, very simple guys here. You can see that there's a cutout in blade. The cutout was actually in the handle. Ball with fake blood behind the handle. Squeeze it on the ball of blood, bring blood out of that tube right there. Makes it look like it's creating a wound. A little bit of misdirection is just cutting motion, and it's in the arm. It's a very simple but effective gag from Tom Savini, the creature creator, the original Dawn of the Dead movie. The blade isn't even real, and Bob is doing fine.
Yeah, you did a great job as well. Let's hear it. Thank you so very much. Greatly appreciated. the history of horror films at Universal goes back, what, like almost 100 years, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this goes all the way back to the 1920s with makeup pioneer Lon Chaney. Lon Chaney, the man of 1,000 faces. He worked for Universal Studios in the 20s, and he brought to life such classic monsters, such as our first monster, Phantom of the Opera, 1925, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame, this name too, as many. Lon was not only a groundbreaking makeup artist, he was also an amazing actor. He would suffer to bring realism to these characters. While filming Hunchback, he was actually wearing a 15-pound rubber hump and a harness that contorted his back in a way that he couldn't actually stand upright while shooting the film. Lon was very secretive, a lot like a magician. He did not like to talk about his techniques. Unfortunately, he passed away, taking no secrets with him. So to this day, we don't exactly know how some of those characters were brought to life on the big screen. But this ushered in the horror craze of the 30s with my hero, the genius, Jack Pierce. Jack Pierce. He designed all of the classic Universal monsters, all the big ones, like the Wolfman, the Mummy, the Bride of Frankenstein, Lady Gaga, Elon Musk.
Good Elon!
Jack would sometimes go to morgues and practice on cadavers. There's Bill Gates looking for his prenup. Jack worked on Boris Karloff. Frankenstein's monster took 4 hours every day. Layers of makeup and 2 Hershey's Kisses. Karloff was also the Mummy in 1932. The Mummy took twice as long, 8 hours. Head to toe in makeup, gauze, bandages, and mud, all for just 10 minutes of screen time. I love these monsters. Had some great ones, had some crappy ones. Here's the crappy ones. And the Metal of the Mutant from This Island Earth, my favorite. Hi, lady. No! I have to practice social distancing! That's my pretty girl voice, thank you. So, everything changed in 1968. John Chambers, he had created foam latex for the original Planet of the Apes movie. And speaking of foam latex, we've got, we did a remake a few years ago here at Universal of The Mummy. Classic film, a lot of great special effects in this film, and one of the scariest monsters in Hollywood, Tom Cruise. These are some of our pre-production boards for the film. We'll start with a conceptual drawing, and sometimes we'll actually paint over an existing photo of the actor. This is Sophia Boutella. She played the Mummy. And then from this, we create 3-dimensional sculpts. These sculpts right here that you see are used as a reference for foam latex appliances, and they're glued directly to the actor's face. Sophia also had these little rings, little Egyptian letters and symbols, all individually applied by using tweezers. This was a long process, a lot of detail. It took about 4 to 4.5 hours every day. That's just from the neck up. From the neck down, large silicone appliances were created with ink infused glue embedded in them. Then this is for the letters and symbols which we had covering her entire body. They looked so good, everybody fell down.
Wow.
It took 6 makeup effects artists working this fast every day. They drank half of our budget in Red Bull. Wardrobe was an additional hour. Sophia and her stunt double Lucy Cork, that's Lucy right there. She's also a Gal Gadot stunt woman if you watch the Wonder Woman films. The two of them endured this process dozens of times. Their hard work definitely paid off. So, this movie, it ended up being an homage to the classic monsters and the monster makers that brought them to life. People like Jack Pierce and Lon Chaney. But I want to talk about some of our modern masters right now. There's a lot of great makeup artists in the industry right now that are blowing me away, doing some amazing work. And I'm sure if you're a fan of horror films, and if you're here, I hope you are, these are a lot of the names that you should be hearing and seeing at the end, in the end credits. People like Greg Cannon, doing amazing work. Greg got started way back in the 80s on the Lost Boys film with Kiefer Sutherland. V. Neal.
Oh, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
V. Neal.
She's great.
She's amazing. Top female makeup artist in the industry right now. A lot of great twisted sensibility to her design. I love it. Greg Nicotero up in Atlanta, doing all the work on the Walking Dead shows. Doing some great, amazing practical makeup effects up there. And we can't talk about modern makeup in the industry right now without mentioning Rick Baker.
I don't think you're allowed to talk about him unless you say multi-Academy Award-winning makeup artist Rick Baker.
Absolutely. Rick Baker. Rick Baker's got 7 Academy Awards to his name. 11 nominations. There's only 2 people in history that have more than 7 nominations, or 7 awards. And that's Walt Disney and Alan Menken, of all people.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Those 2 people have 8, and then Rick Baker. And then our other 2 that I mentioned, V. Neal and Greg Nicotero both have 6.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but you know Rick's work. Rick's an amazing genius. Harry Henderson's Men in Black.
Ed Wood, The Grinch.
Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy. His first Academy Award winner, one of my favorite movies. This movie right here. Anyone know this film?
Sound of Music.
Sound of Music, yes. Up on a hill is an American Werewolf in London. This movie came out in 1982. Or 81 rather, 81. It won the very first Academy Award in 82 for Best Makeup in Film. There actually was no makeup category in the Oscars until 1982.
Prior to that, it had just been special. They'd like every now and again they would have a special award, but they
Yeah.
actually created it, and he got the very first one, and now he's kind of playing.
Absolutely, yeah. Dick Smith won a couple of special awards
Yeah.
for makeup in The Exorcist and Little Big Man.
Oh yeah.
What's his name? John Chambers, his work on the
Planet of the Apes.
I just mentioned the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And and then we were talking about this earlier. The year before, 1981 was
The Elephant
Man. And the makeup, they didn't have a makeup category, and the makeup effects was so amazing that they decided at that point we got to add that in.
Great stuff. Now,
Yeah.
Werewolf. Let's go back.
Yes,
my
sure.
senior year in high school, so I just aged myself there. The first part of that is just an actor and makeup, right?
David Naughton, yeah.
Now, how do they do the rest of that sequence? Because that didn't seem.
That's a great question. That's
Right.
all practical makeup. That's all physical makeup in that scene. There's no computer work in that scene. So the first part of that, Rick wanted to show the audience the pain of the transformation, the agony that he didn't want to cut away. Prior to that, anytime you see like a Dr. Jekyll movie or a werewolf movie, they would do editing.
Drop behind the
editing.
table and then
Absolutely. There's a horrible version of Dr. Jekyll where he's and then they pause and then they come back and it just looks bad. But yeah, this was all done for the realism. They wanted to do as few edits as possible. So the first part of that scene, that's David Naughton, the actor in appliance makeup. But then the next two sequences with these mechanical heads that change shape.
Now, you said these are from the film.
These are from the film, yeah. Rick designed these back in the 80s. These are 2 of the 7 from the movie. The understructure here is based on David's face. Sections were cut out and fitted with pistons, and these are all running on pneumatics.
Which is air pressure.
Air pressure, right? And this is underneath all this. This is traditional foam latex. What made this gag work was the detail. They airbrushed the makeup, a little bit of glycerin, they give it that sweaty look. These are porcelain dentures for the teeth. Under the cheeks, there's a series of bladders which ripple when they deflate rapidly. And then they finish this all off with real human hair.
That's real human hair.
It's real human hair.
Where would one get that?
That is a rude question.
You can borrow some.
Okay, excellent, excellent, good. Another ready supply.
Okay, now, are we still using stuff like this today? Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. Practical makeup is still a big part of bringing the monsters to life, even mechanical effects like this. But we'll enhance it with computer graphics, CGI, things like that.
Computer-generated imagery.
Absolutely, look at you, big brain. All right, now I have a clip that explains this.
Yeah, we have time.
All right, this is the last thing I'm going to show you, folks. Up on the screens here, you're looking at some of the animatics of the Mummy. Physical makeup, practical makeup sometimes can be limiting due to budget or time, so we also work with computers. And like I said, these are animatics. Animatics are digital placeholders. These are created in pre-production. This gives the director a feeling of the motion and placement of the creature before it's finished. And there were 2 separate makeup teams, practical and digital. This is the digital team. They captured Sophia's entire body and facial features. So we can morph, shift, and change her body, her face, her look, and her movement all in real time. And in 5 short weeks, Proactive Acne Solution really does work. These are concept drawings. We use these often. We have teams working separately, so you need a reference point, something to refer back to keep the effect consistent. Practical makeup, when combined with digital technology, great script, great acting, great direction, all that together, and your nightmares really do come true.
Wow, thanks so much. Mark James, ladies and gentlemen.
That was awesome, everybody!